Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualised NZ. Well, after yesterday's rather interesting video and day, I am feeling a lot better today, although I'm just really tired. So I don't know whether maybe my body's fighting off a winter bug or something, I don't know. But because I'm still feeling a bit tired and I don't want to be grumpy again, I ended up quite grumpy by the time my husband came home yesterday, poor hubby. I'm just going to play today. I have all these things I need to do, want to film on camera, but require a bit more thought and effort. So I'm just going to keep it low key. These are all the mini envelope strips that I made yesterday. I continued on after I did the video and just took my time, played around. Certainly wouldn't win any speed awards. So I've got 8 in here that I completed, and I did another 3 which are with journals that they're going to go into. So I feel really good that I achieved those, and I think they're super cute, and sometimes I forget to put them in journals, so it's going to be really nice to have them available just ready to go. One tip is, as I was making them, I realized that when I come to use them, I'll have to look inside each envelope to see what stamps I used. Oh, and I didn't do it on that one, so I'll need to do it on that one. So what I've done is I've got on the back of the strip, which is going to be glued on your page, I've gone and written in pencil the word and any decoration I've used. So when I come to use them, I can just look on the back and choose one that's appropriate for the journal and pop it in without any worries. So I need to go back and write on this one because I forgot on that one. I'll leave that out of the bag. So that's from yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, go and have a watch and listen to all my woes and tales of a day that was just a mission from beginning to end. So in that video I mentioned about keeping the strips for some clusters, so I'm going to do that today because I says I need to do a video on it, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to tip out my bag so I can access. Some of these I won't need. There's a lot of white strips in here that are actually in the wrong bag, so I'll just whip those out so they don't get in my way. And I will end up coffee dyeing these, and using them for stamping on. Right, that looks to be the bulk of them. Right, a glorious pile, I should say, of scraps. Well, there's some more copy paper, but it's coloured, so that's okay. Right, the clusters I'm going to make are inspired by Cori Dahmen. Her channel is Cori Dahmen Creating with Scraps. She's got wonderful videos on what to do with scraps and different things you can do with them. I couldn't find a particular video that deals with these. These are just her style, I guess. She may have a video. I had a flick through this morning, but couldn't find it. Couldn't find a video without watching them. I'm only new to her channel, so I may come across it in due course. Right, so these are inspired by what she does. So you need a pile of scraps. Strips are perfect. They don't have to be strips. They can be squares, rectangles, etc. I prefer to use a tacky glue for this, again just for quick and ease. And I do sew mine afterwards. If you're not going to sew them, then you'll want to make sure they're glued down properly. But if you are going to sew them, then they just need to be tacked in place. And then once they're sewn, if there's any lifting areas, you can just go back in with glue and put them down. So I'm just going to start with this strip here, which is a cut off from the collage masterboard I did the other day. And just start layering up. I don't like that thin bit at the moment. Just start layering up some scraps. These are really nice along the edge of a page, to decorate a pocket, anywhere you like really, used as tabs on pages, which is a really nice way to use them. So I'm just popping a little bit of glue along the edge. Oops, a bit too much glue obviously, it's all spilling out. and tacking that down there. And you just keep building with random scraps until you like what you've got. And I like to overlap them, do different heights, so there's some up, some down, and it's just a lot of fun to have a play. And they look really cool once they're done. I would show you my stash of them that I've already got done. I'll put a bit much glue on that, take it up a bit, but it's kind of buried at the moment, and I would create an avalanche, I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Or 10. So this is my box of clusters and things once they're done. And there's a few other bits and pieces in here too that is like, oh, I'll just chuck them in there. This is where all my collage cluster receipts go. So down in here are my Cori Dahmen inspired clusters. So I've sewn around that with a straight stitch, added a little zigzag, and in this one I've used a die cut, cut a die cut in half and added that because I like that addition. So they're really, really cool. There's another one and another one, and I like to try and keep some sort of colour theme going on for cohesion. So that's those. That's what they look like when they end up, and some I ink, some I don't. It just really depends how I feel and what mood I'm in on the day. Yeah, it needs a wider scrap, I think. Let's go for some bright yellow. And the beauty is you can just cut bits to size, cut them down, use them as is. Just having fun. And I like that little bit of yellow peeking through the other side there. There we go. Probably the trickiest thing is not gluing in places where it's not going to go over the paper. That's why you just put a little bit here and there. Right, I'm going to leave that cluster as is. That's a nice little cute one. I make them all different sizes because it's very useful. I'll just cut off that little bit of excess there. Very useful when you're coming to find one to put on something, that you actually get something that fits. Right. And it's really satisfying to use up all your little scraps that have been hanging around for ages. So I seem to, as fast as I use up, or use, I've never used up my scraps. As fast as I use them out of this bag, I'm adding more to it. So it's a constant job, really. Good thing it's a fun one. This is quite a fun wee strip. It was cut off some packaging from a scrapbook paper that my mum gave me. And I cut around the packaging because it had all these bubbles around it. I thought that was cute. And I'm running out of it now. I've used it in a few places, different things. Right, so we've got a blue, green, yellow theme sort of happening here. Maybe we'll use another bit of this bright yellow. Cut off that little floor there, like it's stuck to something, created a hole. Where do I want it? I think I'm just going to use a small bit of it. Yep, just a small bit poking out the side. I could cut it down further, but I'm not going to. If the goal is to use up the scraps, then yeah, if you use bigger pieces, it's going to use them up quicker. Here we go, and I think something else on top. A bit of green maybe. And I also like to put some across different directions from time to time. I think Cori's generally go vertical from what I can tell. But I like just putting something across the other way from time to time just to, oops, almost on the floor, just to vary the look. And I'm gluing down the side that's got a little mark on it so it won't ever be seen again. So, you know, if you've got a mark on your paper or something and you think, oh, well, that's useless, the other side, what's the other side like? Is the other side usable? Even if it's plain white, you can still use it for something. I feel like I need more on that one. That's the same bit. And so you just keep building until you like what you look. Like what you see. I can tell I'm still tired because my words are coming out jumbled. And it happens when I'm tired. But definitely in a better mood today. I'm happy. I'm, yeah, relaxed. Another one done. So I'm just going to keep building. If that's all you want to see, then by all means turn the camera off. Turn the video off, or go do something and have it playing in the background. You don't have to sit here and watch me do the same thing over and over. This is a bit of shiny magazine, book page that I really liked the colour, and it's got a sort of a wood grain, well, kind of wood grain texture on it, like polished wood, I guess, that I thought would be quite nice to keep and use for something. So it's going into this scrappy cluster. So should grab it out my box actually and show you what they look like on a page once they're completed. Now if you don't have a sewing machine, then they don't have to be sewn. You can hand stitch if you like. That'd be a really nice look, and quite relaxing to do a bit of hand stitching, bit of slow stitching. These are really cool to use too, the whole strips from tearing out of a notebook. Just a bit of fun. Yeah, so they don't at all have to be sewn, but also consider hand sewing. You could also staple if you wanted to add some extra little detail. You could use staples. What else could you do? You could use glue stick. You don't have to use a wet glue. Use whichever glue you like to use. I'm just going to pop that half over the dark brown and half over the other brown, so that shows half and half through the gaps, like so. What else could you do? This is a strip off some sort of, might actually be off a calendar, I think. This one's going very neutral. You can also add fabric to these. I was going to on my other ones, but ended up not. I just liked them as they were. You can decorate them with bits of doily, with scraps of any fabric that you like, or a bit of cheesecloth or something. Do some decorative stitching on, either with a machine or by hand, so you could do some hand cross stitching, or anything of that sort. Yeah, there's just lots and lots and lots that you can do with these and just make them your own, something that you like. Here's another bit of this. I'm just going to cut that bottom edge off because it's a little bit curled and I can't be bothered fighting with it, so take it off. The craft card that I've been trying to use up. Yeah, just like that down through the middle there. Like so. I don't want to top. No, I think I'm going to leave that I can always chop it off when I come to use it if I think it's too tall, or I can go ahead and add something else. Looking for another neutral here that will fit. That's a bit of wallpaper, maybe underneath. Actually like that, just a wee bit popping through from underneath. Sometimes it's just a little hint of something is fun, like so. Oops. Here we go, and I'm calling that one done. I'll just grab out a page. So here's my page yesterday that I glued the mini envelopes down on. I forgot about that one, so that's another one I did. So I must have made about 12 or 13 yesterday. And I'll just grab my box of finished ones. I'll just grab out these same three. The colours don't necessarily work with this page. So you can add it on the side there, leave it overhanging for like a page tab and create it as a tuck. So I need another page here just to show you. So have it as a tuck in under there, or you can glue it down all together if you don't want it as a tuck. You could put it at the top of the page as like a header and either sticking over or flush. I like it. Depends on how much room you've got in your cover. So that looks quite cool as a topper. I'll grab a different one, show a different effect. So of course it could be on the other side of the page, hanging off this side. This one's got a wide zigzag, or long zigzag actually, not wide, around it. And that's actually quite a nice match for that paper, even though there's no pink in it. I quite like it. So you can put it further down and again have that as a tuck, like that. And then there's the screen one. I do like, if I'm overhanging them, I do like the overhang to be card, just to give it a bit more heft and protection from being handled. And I quite like that one on there too. You can also use them on, sorry, my chair's squeaking. I'm just grabbing out an envelope. So this envelope's probably a bit small, but you could use it to decorate an envelope and then create it as a little tuck for something on the front of your envelope or on the back. You can decorate it. Imagine this is a tag shape. You could decorate your tag with it, or a journal card. So imagine this is a journal card, then you can decorate that up however you want and then add that as a decoration on the side or in the middle or wherever you like. You can also, if you make a long one, the height of your page, it can be a belly band. So you've got it on your page, imagine it's full size, and you tuck your item in behind it like so, as a belly band. So there's lots of different ways you can use them, and fun to have on hand. Hopefully that'll give you a few ideas on how you could use them. So for anyone who's into collage, then this is essentially collage, so that's fun. And you could actually add them onto a collage page as well. If you were doing some either junk journaling or doing an art journal page that's collage focused, or you're doing a glue book, then add it into that as well. Lots of fun. I've got the strips of copy paper here. It's very bright. I don't know if I'd ever use that in a journal, but I'm going to use it to make a cluster, and then using other things with it might help dull it down a little bit so it's not so in your face bright. I can't even remember what I was making with all this coloured paper. It's from a few years ago. Pop that there. Yep, just have a little peek of the pink showing on the other side. So all this is helping to just take away from the brightness. Don't want to lose my little flower there. Right, here's another pink. It's quite fun just rifling through your scraps too, looking for things that kind of work together. And then like playing, I try not to think too much during this process because the object is just to use up the scraps, but invariably I do end up thinking a bit too much. Yeah, I don't like this gap in between up the top, but that's fine. All I need to do is just find something else to put in behind. So you learn too what you like and don't like while you're doing this process. See, I don't mind the tiny little gap between those strips down the bottom, but I don't like it up the top. Here's a bit of printable. So I'm actually going over top instead of underneath, just because I like that and it breaks up the pink a bit more. And you may think it's just covering up what's underneath, but you need a base. You need a base for things to stick to, so it all serves a purpose. Go, and I feel like I need something bigger out the side somewhere. Just going to hunt through my scraps. Got some white card. Don't know that I want white though. No, it's too bright. Too bright indeed. Just maybe some blue. Would that work? No, too busy. Sorry, I'm reaching in front of the camera here. Hunting for something not big enough. Oops, it sounds like Snuggles has just knocked something down in the hallway. I don't know if you heard that. Didn't sound like it was a big something. Oh, maybe this. Oh, here we go. Found some strips of card. It's a little bit wider. Maybe this purple. Oops. Go on the back of that, obviously. Cut. And it's good. This is cardstock, so if I want to use it on the side of the page, it will have a nice weight to it. Okay, and I'm just going to trim down the edge a little bit, and it will give me another little strip to put on another cluster. It was a good find finding that card. I didn't realise it was in there. Just wiping off the glue that's spilling out so it doesn't stick to everything else. Here we go. Here's another wee one. So I think you get the idea. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play and see how many scraps I can use up, and call this a video for today. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully there'll be some good content coming. I've got a commission journal to work on that I want to do from start to finish on camera as much as I can. What else have I got on the box? I've got the bee journal that I want to do, which again I'd like to do a start to finish on preferably, and then I've got heaps and heaps of ideas of bits and pieces to do as well. So hopefully I'll have a better week next week. I've still got tomorrow, so I'll probably take it easy tomorrow and do just something easy and fun again, and then start fresh next week with some good content. So thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.